tennis professionals such as Andy Murray and Roger Federer that play in tournaments such as the U.S. Open have to start with the basic fundamentals that everybody starts with in tennis, the way you hold your racket, which is also called the grip. And we're going to talk about 3 different grips called the continental grip, the eastern forehand grip, and the semi-western forehand grip. And starting with the first grip is the continental grip. And I'll show an illustration on here showing from a website called busytennisplayers.com, showing how each side of this grip is labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 8 around here. And it shows that the first one is on top here. And the way that you hold the racket, know how to hold the racket is you reference with your index finger. For a number 1 grip would have your index finger according to the Observer, which is another online publisher. You would reference it as the number 1 grip is where your index finger goes, and then number 2 would be on the side right here where your index finger is, and number 3 a little bit further. And for the continental grip, it's going to be a number 1 grip, so it's going to be index finger on top. And what the continental is good for is it's mainly good for a little bit of topspin. It's good for volleys, serves, overheads, and defensive shots. What this grip is not good for, though, is being consistent at the baseline for long rallies. You're not going to outlast your opponent very well with those. And for the second grip we're going to talk about, it's the eastern forehand grip. And a well-known writer called John Levy, who writes for tennis.com online, he writes that for the eastern forehand grip, this grip is great for approaching the net because while you can still have topspin and all that, it's also good for the approach because you can quickly turn from that eastern forehand grip back to a continental grip really fast so that you can do whatever volley or overhead that you need to at the net. What this grip is not good for, though, is this one is also not good for baseline rallies because it's not very consistent because it has a more closed face of the racket, and it's just not very good for consistency with forehands and backhands. And for the third grip, according to John Levy, it's the semi-western grip, and this grip is good for long baseline rallies. It's good for forehand, just at the baseline. It's not good for approaching the net, though, because you're going to have to go from a 3 grip over here on the side all the way from the 2 to the 1, so you have to move over 2 grips for that, and that just isn't very fast for trying to go for a quick net shot. But it is good for consistency. It's great for control. It has really good topspin, which plays into that control right there, and you can really outlast your opponent with these type of shots right here. These are just 3 of the different grips used in tennis that we are going to discuss. But there's plenty more. There's at least 3 others, but we're just going to we're going to talk about those 3 for today. But yes, the grip is key for tennis. Without having the right grip, you totally don't have the right fundamentals to set up for whatever stroke you're going to do, whether it's a forehand, a backhand, overhead, serve, volley. But yes, grips are very key when it comes to playing tennis, and that's how all of our pros that we see today, such as Roger Federer, started. So if they have to start from somewhere as basic as the way that they hold the racket, somebody else surely can develop their skills starting from the basic fundamentals of holding their racket the right way.